switch sides. Like, even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad. Let our ties in the hearse. I've been on the vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, through that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit her to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to their grip in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel bent from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, pin myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
Truth in the glass in the mirror.
Yeah.
Do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see that. And he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cat.
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you. Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything. Prime for glory.
Welcome everybody to the Prime League studio, the finals night here presented by Steel Series. I am Hyperflop and I'm looking forward to this best of 3 between LeaguesGG and Esports Hardy Martins. It's gonna be a extremely exciting one here for you guys tonight. It is the finals of these two mega teams coming from the bottom, just bring it all to the end, taking down the megas of Deja Vu and Opa here at the end, and just now both teams in the final, and we have games on our hands. Starting off with the map picks here. First of all, Esports Hardy picked out Inferno into their favor. Dream picked up after that a Mirage to himself and decided it's gonna be Vertigo. And honestly, going into this, I feel like both teams here are coming out swinging, both looking great as all. But one thing I do want to mention out here, Dream is playing with a stand-in, which is going to hurt them a little bit, I think. I don't think they're going to play to the highest level here, since Croc has technical issues, so he can't play tonight, unfortunately. But the stand-in is going to be Yako from former Obe, so he might be in here and do some great stuff for these guys and make it looking really, really great. But I think they're going to be hurting a little bit from having a stand-in from what they usually are playing with. But we're gonna see how that's gonna end up at some point tonight. We don't know where it's gonna go. I feel like it could go both ways here. Both teams are looking stronger than I've ever seen them, and now Dream is probably at a little disadvantage today, but who knows, because like I know how they play Vertigo. They play Vertigo to a T, and that's gonna be a decider. So if they go all the way to 3 maps, I think it can go in the way of Dream. But if it doesn't go into into 3 maps, and it's gonna be a 2-0 for Esports Hardy. And the funny thing is, when I talked to both the teams here, Esports Hardy didn't see Dream as a competitor going into this tournament, and then Dream was like, yeah, we can play up against them, but we can definitely beat them. But now beforehand, because I talked to Harder before it went all the way to the finals for both of these teams. They didn't see these guys, see Dream coming all the way to the final. Now they are in the final against them. I think they need to be a little scared here too, because they need to think, we didn't see them as a competitor, and now they're standing in the final together, and that is something they need to look out for, because that has proven them to be pretty wrong. But the guys are ready on the server, so I'm gonna throw it over to our beautiful casters, Orbital and Time to Light, show them how it's done.
Alrighty, here we go, ready to kick things off with our finals here for the Danish League. I'm very, very excited to bring it to you today. My name is Orbital. With me, it's Time to Light, and we'll be breaking down this best of 3 series between LeaguesGG and Esports Harte Martinsen. Time to Light, how you doing?
I'm surprised. I gotta say, throughout this season, I was expecting Opa and Deja Vu to fight against each other very, very hard in this final. I was not expecting to see Esports Harte up against LeaguesGG. Now, granted, Dream has looked amazing the last few weeks, but we're already in the pistol, and we're already looking to get underway. Vayton already gaining some ground and losing it as they fall to the grave as the first death of this one.
Oh yeah, and on Lele, of course, having a bit of fun on OJ there. Trying his best to follow through, and that's going to put it into a 4v3 Esports Harte Martinsen here on Inferno. First map of 3, Mirage and Vertigo to go. We'll be having a nice bomb plant there as well, and so far Esports Harte Martinsen again pretty much impressing us, but Zybron has something to say.
They're looking to retake here, and Dream has been amazing at retakes all season. I've covered a few of their games, and they look great, but Salazar's even better. A double from the pit position, shutting down both. It's Zybron in a 1 versus 3. They have a kit, but no armor and very little time to work with. There's one. Looking for a second. Trying to find Salazar. Cannot do it. Salazar with an ace on the round. Esports Harte Martinsen looking astounding. Salazar looking even better.
Yeah, I'm loving this start to them. Again, Esports Harte Martinsen were kind of, for me, the dark horse, and I at the beginning of the season, I kind of wanted to touch on it because Hyperflop as well, talking about how this was one of the teams that even last season he was kind of looking at as a team that would start climbing up in the season in terms of skill and teamwork here. And to see them actually make it to the finals after falling fairly heavily in the first season, this season, they've done so well in climbing up, and I'm so excited to see what they can pull out here against Dream. Of course, we do have Jarko on LeaguesGG's side already falling here, so we'll see what they can do in a 4v5. Once again, Esports Harte Martinsen rocking all 5 so far because they won the first round.
Salazar is yet to die, and they have all 6 kills for EHM. I just want to point that out really quick. That is an astounding statistic if you're looking at those. But it looks like EHM is looking strong. Zybron on this far side. Oh, Heavy God almost takes out Bittner, but cannot do it. Zybron looking to push forward, misses the shot. Ooh. That may just spell their doom. Ooh. Does finish off Fuse, who had been tagged up earlier, but that's all he will get. OJ removes and Lele, and it's Vayton in a 1 versus 4. There are 3 low players, so this is more than possible. 3 of them, all body shot potential, but Salazar is still alive and already has a double kill in the round. Another multi-frag round for Salazar, who, if they just turn around, will get another free kill. Timing doesn't go either way. Vayton looking to push on towards the site, but this looks to be EHM's round. OJ solidifies it. It's 2 straight as EHM capitalize off of their conversion and only lose 1 player in the process.
That feels great for the side of EHM. Hoping to get 1 more here, as Dream had bought in a minor concession. Now they do pick up 3 Deegs. 2 are left with the silence. And we'll see Dream Econ once again. This is fairly standard here. EHM should pick up 3 in a row and be able to play it out. So really, Dream are just looking for at least 1 or 2 frags here. 1 at least take out Salazar, you know, get that AK out of his hands. Maybe Pelly or OJ to follow.
That pop flash misses just barely. That's the flash you throw from second mid off that bedroom door and then in towards the halls. It just barely misses. That would have solidified EHM's opening kill yet again. Jarko with a deagle in hand looking to shut them down, but all 5 players, all alive, all looking very dangerous, including Pelly. who puts themselves on the board again. EHM another kill, Dream GG another loss opening frag, and look at EHM. The B site is all theirs. They can walk on, have a nice picnic, maybe a committee meeting on what they want to do in the next round, but this round's over. Especially with Baton dropping, it's done.
Yeah, Pelly with the little lurk kill on the rotate is a feels good moment as Dream once again don't really have anything to lose, so might as well push in. Again, trying to check on the side, but a spray through the smoke. Heavy God actually finds Bitener, and that is a pretty weird kill there. I like to see it, though, as Fuse is going to mow down the last three. Again, SMG reigns supreme, but they were able to get one. Unfortunately, it was just another SMG holder, so Bitener's just going to full buy and feel fine about it.
Not too upset about that one. Not going to lie to you. That was great. Especially now Fuse has that AK. And you remember last time we saw EHM? Bittner was the one that had to face the music and grab an SMG every single time. That hasn't changed. Still the one on the MAC-10. Nothing changing there. Unfortunate, but I believe they're going to show up. Fuse does die, though, so that's not the opening that EHM's looking for. Dream GG finally get an opening kill. First time so far.
Yeah, and first time they have weapons hot in their hands, right? And I think that always kind of makes a difference. A lot of people say in the openings don't matter as much as you would expect. It's all about that first gun round, or even the second gun round, right? Depending. The only difference that the first 3 rounds will make usually is whether or not the round lost after the buy round is going to be either a save or eco, whatever you want to call it, right? So we'll see here how they played out so far. Dream are holding steady, but OJ has something else to say about it moving into arches, and it looks like it's going to be a split up B. That's going to be Jarko and Vaten hoping to get a rotate here through Banana, but with the push from EHM, they're going to clear out this zone, feel pretty good about it. Bitener taken down to 12, but still alive, and sometimes all you need is about 12, which unfortunately Salazar does not have.
This is read well from Dream, though. Already rotating through Banana and already making their push up. Heli looking to get a boost up as well. The new box play could be dangerous, or it may just be the bait setup. It is the bait setup. Bittner does fall, but Pelly is still there. Will get one. Looking for the second. No, the push from behind. It's OJ to remove Jarko. EHM get a 4th on the board. They win the gun round, and they keep 2 rifles. They are not rich by any means, Fuse down at $250, but they are looking good. And yeah, look at those. The transparent jersey's even looking good. That's clean.
Imagine they actually showed up to a land like that and just like, dude, you can't even see me. That's how quick I take you out. That would actually be terrifying. What's more terrifying is Jarko on this SSG already tagged down Salazar, who we mentioned is the current top fragger for EHM, and you really don't want to lose your top fragger no matter what. So him being tagged down to 30 always kind of hurts, but OJ feeling okay on Lele is going to answer back on Lele with 2 again. That is OJ and Salazar both taken off the map, so Pelly and Fuse and Bitener are going to try their best, or Bittner, very sorry. They're going to try their chances here, but Fuse hiding in apartments might get a little sneaky kill. However, opts against it and is now going to move with the rest of the team as EHM slowly progress over to B.
They are picking the right site mathematically. It's a little easier to take B just based off gunpowder, especially when the other side has a scout and 3 deagles. But I want to wonder why they're taking so long. Are they waiting for the rotate? It seems like Fuse is going to be the last one to push in, and then they will push. They have to take out Jarko, though. Jarko could be just the nail in the coffin for EHM here in round number 5. Out goes that scout shot, misses a second time. Smoked off now, and he can't do anything. Molotov's going to molly off Dark and has to push out. Will do just that. Gets 1, but that's all he can get. Bomb will go down. EHM looking to put a 5th on the board. The scout shot not hitting, just barely as well. That's a sick wall bang. I'm stealing that from matchmaking, but it's a 2 versus 3. Fuse and Bittner looking to solidify EHM with massive control. Jarko misses again. Ooh. Oh my goodness, he does it again as well. No, this cannot keep happening, as it's now just down to the Deagles looking to push through. Bittner shuts 1. It's Vaten in a 1 versus 2, who's almost certainly out of this round. The Deagle alone, no kit, only a smoke, and very little time to work with. This round is all but over. Maybe save the AK, try and run away, but he's going to walk straight into Bittner and CT, maybe take a rifle away, does just that, but Dream GG cannot put anything on the board, even with the man advantage.
Yeah, and that one hurts quite a bit, and I think that's the power of EHM, right? This squad, and you can see right on your screen, Morten Bittner there is going to be one of those players that's kind of helped out and solidified the roster. You know, even though he is having a decent game here, maybe not the stellar that Salazar has, it's still monumental, right? And I think it shows the strength that they're able to hold down B of all things with a man disadvantage and still come out on top with one. That is a phenomenal setup. Again, though, that was a partial save. Remember, 2 members were running Deegs, and this is again going to be Dream's chance as on Lele is taking out Fuse with that op.
Now, only the second time they're at EHM has dropped the opening pick. Last time around, it was made difficult, but I'm looking for a pop flash here. Zibron, look out. You may just be blind in a second. That smoke will bait out the fact that there's one in new boxes, and it works to perfection. Zibron does get one, but dies just as quickly. B-site given over, but it's a 4 versus 3 retake. 2 players are relatively low. One, a well-placed sneeze away from death. Heavy God looking for that same wallbang we saw earlier. You time it a second later, and you get a kill. Unfortunately, it does not happen, and the retake's about to start. There you go.
They're going to try and push it up on Jarko. Amazing frag into the back. OJ deleted from this game, but they're going to try and double up again. A 4-on-2, though. It's much different than the 3-on-2. Spray only gets 1 as Salazar falls, and it took 5, but Dream are able to do it. They get their first round on the board, containing 2 ops and an AK to carry over.
Yeah, they brought the double up into that round. They walk away with it and an AK to boot. Not a bad round by any means for Dream, who also keep 3 players alive, so they're going to be able to drop over weapons and able to buy into this one. However, the more they win, the less their loss bonus will be, and the easier it is for EHM to break it. Now, EHM, on that same side, are broke just the same. Zibron has to push back, though. Get out of there, my friend. You may just fall. And it seems like he's okay, at least for the time being. Does make it out just barely, though, and that is close. You cannot drop that off early, especially when it's Zibron, who has been showing up all season, especially with that massive green gun in hand. Heavy God, though, oh my goodness, the Israeli pops out and just pops the head of one. Zibron pops off belly, as well. Another. It's a 2-for-3 trade. EHM falling apart, but they're opting to go back to A, and look at Anlele. There's the double up, showing up in droves. Salazar in a 1 versus 3 goes straight into Anlele, who doubles up himself. An amazing round for Dream, who put a second on the board and look good doing it.
Yeah, this is feeling a much better, and you can see once again on Lele there, one of the members holding it down for the squad there. We're going to have to manage and see if they can continue doing this. Again, this is going to be the eco for EHM. They're going to go ahead and slow things down a pace, so we may or may not see a full charge from Dream, and I think that's what they are going to do as Jarko spots them all out and says, yeah, they're all kind of stuck here. Let's go ahead and give it a shot, but Bittner is able to answer back, says, hey, you stepped up too far without your team. It's a little bit rude of you. Oh
my goodness.
Zibron's going a little bit of fishing there in the pocket.
I think there's like there should be a way we could nerf Zibron. I'm not gonna lie to you. This should not be able to happen. Although he does catch up bad timing, doesn't hit one. And Lele though, oh my goodness, Heavy got from behind as well with the supporting M4. That round is over basically before it starts. And Dream GG aren't looking good by any means right now. Those 3 rounds were amazing, but the first 5 need to be talked about. 2 gun rounds not going their way. EHM were looking strong, now kind of forgetting how to play their own map pick, which is not a good start. Salazar, however, look at that. There's one. Looking for the second. No, he misses it. He has to pick out, but he misses. And look at Baton. He goes 1 for 1. It's a 2 for 2 overall, but the aggression from Dream GG leaves Fuse in a 1 versus 3.
Oh, make it a 1v2. The swing catches 1, and Jarko looking on the side. Knows someone's back there. But again, the peek was there. A nice little smoke out and Fuse with the bait, but Heavy got to follow. You know what? It was a good idea. It was a good attempt, and I like it from Fuse. However, EHM have to take into account how quickly their rush was stuffed. Dream with an amazing response there.
Not only an amazing response, but a quick one. they've been aggressive, and that's catching EHM off guard because in the first 5 rounds, Dream GG seemed like they were playing as Silvers up against Gold Novas, and well, the Gold Novas happened to be better than they were, smurfing, if you will. However, this time around, it's just the opposite way. EHM, they are looking strong as can be. Well, they were at least, and well, look at that, being shut down yet again. It is an eco, but. You look, Vayton, come on, man. You can't do that to Salazar. He's looking great. You can't just dome him through a smoke. I feel like there's laws against that. That's rude.
Yeah, he's done it a few times too. It's pretty entertaining here as Jarko and Heavy God each grab 1 apiece, and that's going to tie things up just as quickly as EHM took it. Dream ran it up as well. Right here, you can see, again, just a spray. It's just a spray and pray, just like, we'll see what I get. Maybe heard some footsteps, and then collapse right there on the head. Phenomenal job from Dream. This is going to put EHM back in the driver's seat, though, or not the driver's seat, at least attacking the driver's seat with the AKs in hand, a little bit low in the Molly funds and the rest of the utility. They're going to take their best chances, though. 2 split mid, 3 over towards apartment and connector, but again, on Lele pushing up, this could be dangerous.
Oh, that Molotov. That was a smart Molotov. Very, very well played utility on the EHM side. Realizing the aggression and deciding rather to molly it off rather than try and push it themselves, Jarko pushes around a Molotov of his own team and gets a kill for it. Dream were 10 rounds in, starting up the 11th, and they continue to win opening duels. And they're dangerous when they do so. Zibron sees a shoulder. Oh, Salazar, you cannot peek that and expect to live past it, especially with the AWP on the far side and the M4 holding close range. I'm not going to say it's over already, but Dream GG looking good yet again. They have been looking good, and I see no reason why they will discontinue it. This crossfire is deadly, though. If Heavy God just looks in this direction, it's basically 2 kills. OJ does get 1. Gets a second as well. What? He wins that fight somehow, some way. But the flank already being set up. That is the site gone. But they have to grab the bomb and they have to push onto it. Flashbang over. That forces Lele to turn around. Makes a little bit of damage. OJ on 3 HP somehow still alive. But the bomb's going to start to go down. And Lele's just pushing, trying to get him off of it. Does just that. And OJ has to push back. The flashbang will go in. But Dream getting the retake. OJ shutting it down. 3 health, still playing aggressive. Zibron gets the pistol, looking for it. Can he get the final shot required? Does he? No, he doesn't. OJ shuts him down. 3 HP and the 4K on the round. EHM take the lead right back.
All right, EHM, they felt the weight of what was going on and said, listen, we'll let you take 5, but not 6. Are able to take it home off the back of OJ. An amazing save there. And honestly, a phenomenal play overall. Dream GG. You know what? They'll take that loss. It was a well-played round by EHM, but still easy to tie things up here. So do you see the split? Once again, it's a default start from EHM. Dream. A close splitting. Vayton, Jarko, and Zibron over there on a trade of exchanges over in Banana as well. No one wanting to make a move just yet. Oh, no. Well, OJ did. OJ burned.
It was Crispy OJ and Banana, but they're leaving the bomb. I think that will be retrieved by Salazar, but Crispy OJ is now dead OJ. But in the end, it doesn't really matter all that much. You can see Pelly only came into this round with a Tech 9, and Lele has the flank being set up. But look at that position from Pelly. Being set up in Boiler, denying the rotate through from Heavy God. This is a sick position, but will it be caught out from behind? Timing is everything. Pelly not being seen. Now he will. Will he get the kill? No, he won't. He will get the dink. And Lele down at 9 health. 91 damage from that A1S, but not enough to kill him. EHM locking this A site down. But Dream, remember, they have been amazing at retaking. They just haven't had the practice on this A site that they need in order to be very, very good at it. And seemingly, that's the round over. They will Molotov Doja, but I don't think it's going to matter. There's a smoke on Fuse. This round will conclude, but how many EHM players will stay alive? The answer, only one. Fuse will stay alive in the back corner, but Dream GG make it costly.
That's going to be nice. And like you said, still costly, but not costly enough, as EHM should still be able to purchase up some weapons. Maybe light on the utility, but it will be enough. You can take a look. OG, I think, is the only one running a little bit short. No, they're actually able to full purchase. I was a little bit surprised. It will be Dream, though, taking a little bit of hit. Vayton and Jarko, Heavy God. All three of them are going to have to do their best with what they got, and right up mid they go. OJ sprinting in just meters away from Heavy God. That's going to be a peek, and OJ finds it. That is a huge win for them, and now facing down the barrel of an op. We'll have to wait and see how that exchange turns out on Lele. Now going to watch as the peek comes through. Fuse is able to take one. Peek up top as on Lele gets two. Oh, you love to see it if you're a Dream GG fan. EHM kind of scratching their head as they lost to over in mid.
They've dropped both in the second mid position. Zibron gets flashed off the angle, smoked off as well. In comes the retake from CT. But will the push come through? The answer, not in the slightest. Jarko has to back out. Pelly shuts down Zibron. Down goes that AWP, and down goes this B defense. And Lele gets one through the smoke. OJ was dropped without even seeing somebody. That's just rude. There's no way you can get that kill and just get away with it. Flashbang goes over. Does he hit the shot? No, Salazar misses it. It's a 1 versus 3. Off in hand. The worst weapon to try and clutch with, and you can see exactly why. Being overwhelmed. 3 AKs all looking in his direction. Dream GG. Bring it back within 1 yet again.
My gosh. Couldn't have expected less, and I love the energy we're seeing out of both these squads. No matter the deficit, no matter the difference of weapons, both teams are always able to make it up. And it's coming along just fine. Dream, once again, having weapons hot. Fuse is going to be running, once again, with that low utility, but might be able to make something happen. EHM going ahead, taking a little bit of a chance over here towards apartments. They're going to try their luck once again with 4 this time instead of just 3.
I'm looking at if EHM can initialize. Salazar looking to do just that. Nice flashbang. Look at the play through. Vayton drop. Jarko soon to follow. It's just a 1 versus 5 on the A site, and Lele has to push through. Does just that, but gets shut down for it. He is removed. Salazar, the negotiator of that one, and EHM making quick work of the A site. I don't think they can push this. Dream GG do not have the money to afford to be able to push this, and this round is over. Dream are not going to be broke going into next round, but after the buy phase, they're almost done for it. There's no way they are going to be able to bring anything in other than maybe a couple SMGs, maybe Heavy God dropping something over, but then Lele and Vayton need to buy themselves. Jarko will maybe have a deagle. That's it.
So here, that's all they might have is painful, right? This round, EHM feeling very, very well about the win. And yes, you lead 2 alive. That's fine. It doesn't matter, right? The main thing that they're happy about is this kind of staggering of the econ will slowly start to wither away. EHM have a good chance at running it back here. Again, the main weapon that it looks like they'll have to be worried about is that Ob. Zibron was able to retain that. Again, in the AK on the side. Jarko working with a little bit on Lele with the M4. I don't think should be too difficult. However, as we know in the past, there'll be about a couple questions. OJ, though, getting eaten alive is on Lele with a little bit of coverage to the right side. Is going to be able to take that one. Heavy God able to find Salazar. That's going to put 3 stuck, but again, they don't look behind them on Lele. Get some great tag damage. Jarko able to take out Pelly, and they're going to fire through with another. Bittner and Fuse, last 2 alive. Fuse now the only one, and Vayton is able to find it around the corner. That is going to be all she wrote for the first half with an 8-7 lead over to EHM.
They looked good. I gotta say, both teams honestly looked good. EHM very, very strong in the opening part of the half. Dream picking up 7 of 10 rounds in a row. That was good. It was a strong, strong finish to the half. EHM picking up the final 3 of 5, but I gotta say, Dream looked good, and they're going to try and continue to do that. That's a 5 stack on B. 2-3 players getting aggressive in B, but it's a bait. All this is gonna work perfectly. They think it may just be clear. Have they done their homework? Oh, they're going to click check sandbags. Salazar gets 1, but that's all he will get. There are 2 players sitting in the back of B. but I don't think this will be the aggression point. The answer, not in the slightest. It is just going to be the bomb going over towards A, as Fuse and OJ can't do anything when nobody's pushing them.
I'm not sure if you want to, as again, Fuse and OJ just kind of chilling out, but Vayton on the hunt. What are they going to find here? It's crickets. Even the game knows it.
You hear that too?
Nothing much.
Okay.
But yeah, I heard it. I mean, with how slow this first round is, I mean, I would understand it, right? You know, first round of the half, crickets come out to play. Oh, and Vayton says it. Still crickets. Don't worry about what happened back there. All right, don't worry about what happened there either as they go ahead. Take a 4-0. Feels good with 4 alive. Solid play coming out of LeaguesGG.
Benjamin, I'm not even trying to say his last name. I would have gotten that completely incorrect and would have dishonored the family on that one. That would have been bad. Apologies to Danish fans who are very upset with me right now. But this nade's going to do some damage. Look at that. That's going to be crisp. Look at Pelly down at 50 HP. That's got to hurt. Unfortunate, to say the least. But the nade in return, that may just help. The answer, not in the slightest. Down goes and Lele, but he gets dropped. It's a 1-for-1 trade. And a deagle for a Mac 10 is something you'll take every single day of the week if you are EHM, who are just waiting and biding their time on this A site, waiting for the push, but one that isn't coming just yet.
I mean, it is Dream kind of wondering, since they are really lost on Lele, who has kind of climbed up there. 16 frags this game so far, 1 per round. Gonna drop that KD ratio though, and a little bit Heavy God though, firing away on Pelly. With these Ds, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. 4 running up, 3 on the defense, so this should be an entire team holding. Heavy God gets the spray down on OJ. Fall through with a few more in the smoke. They know they're hiding out in construction. Might not have to worry too much. Re-smoking that one. And another spray through. Salazar eating a bit of extra tag damage. Now with the bomb planted, it looks like EHM are going to try and save these digs over, as they will be on the second eco.
They're just going to look to save the armor as well. It'll help them in the next round. This one's over. It would really just be a question of can they make it cost LeaguesGG money. But in the end, why not do it next round where you're going to have an extra loss bonus and you're going to cost Dream money going into your gun round. There's no reason for EHM to play over aggressive here. Cost them their armor and all Fuse. No way he gets found out here. Playing in the graveyard position, may just be sent to the graveyard, cannot be found out. The dink, no, he gets the kill. Can they get that gun? No, they don't. Oh no, they don't get the Galil, and that's gotta hurt. EHM win the fight, but they lose the round and, well, don't get the rifle either. It's going to be another save, maybe people buying to $2,000. There's that $2,900 loss bonus, but they don't buy an extra thing. Not a dollar spent from EHM. They're going to continue with what they had previously.
Yeah. And it always hurts to have to do this during the latter stages of the second half, right? You never want to be the one on that defensive posturing whenever you also had a lead at the beginning. So, you know, Dream really firing off on all cylinders here. Got a hard drop of the smokes as Dream are just going to pressure in. And because it's a 5-stack over on A, it's only going to be Zibron holding it off. Again, this spray coming through, though, might be huge. And that's going to be 1, gets 2. Shouldn't lose his life too quickly. Yep, still able to get some nice chips. EHM are going to go ahead and run that weapon up. And now try and tunnel through Arch. This could be dangerous. That's going to be a peek around the side. Fuse is able to find it, though. A massive frag now gives 2 weapons to EHM side. Maybe? Oh.
I don't think that EHM can win this round, though. It's still that 3 versus 3, but Dream have the bomb down. There's no way you could justify a retake here. You don't have the money to do so. I mean, yeah, you'll be able to buy next round, but it's going to cost you your armor. It's going to cost you some time as well. The round's over. That has been solidified, and the Galil will be saved, assuming Pelly doesn't get a little overzealous and loses his life for it. I don't think he will. Look like Vayton is going to run away as well. LeaguesGG going to extend their lead to 2. This is the first time they've taken the lead, by the way. This and the previous round. The only 2 rounds in which they've had it. And EHM are going to look to bring that right back here as we finally have a gun round in the second half.
Yeah, this is actually the exact same starting position I think we had in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, EHM ran up 3 rounds, right, and were able to take it fairly quickly. But now it's a chance for them, right? They do have the op in hand. Dream should know this, as they have played Counter-Strike enough. And around the corner they go. Salazar with a blind shot. Maybe saw a shadow of a foot, and OJ able to follow through. All right, well, different than Dream's stance, EHM able to find 2 critical kills at the start.
Vayton looking to push through. Oh, sees Fuse. He's going to flash his teammate in as well. This push has to come through, and it has to come quickly. I don't think it's going to be quickly enough, though. Fuse gets him as he falls. Gravity playing in his favor. It's a 2-for-2 trade, but Heavy God with 8 health. Not much you can do here, especially when Bittner hits a single shot out of that entire mag. That's all you have to do. EHM, bring it back within 1. They have the money, and now they have the momentum. Dream, they don't, in the slightest. Heavy will buy, Vayton may as well, but actually, as I say that, they do have the money. They only have a Deagle and Lele, but everybody else with their rifle of choice.
Yeah. The main thing that they don't have is the utility, so we'll see how much they want to invest here in the early stages. And it almost works. Salazar able to get behind a cover right at the beginning. With that smoke going out, it is going to smoke out a little bit of archway path. But the mollies 3 long are going to deter their commitment. With those now slowly burning out, Dream gonna have to figure out their options. Do they rotate over to B, or do they continue peeking? It's gonna be a nice flash, but Vayton able to find Salazar on the edge. That is the op that they want to take out, so that should give full notice to give it the go-ahead. 2v3 until Bittner can rotate, or until Pelly can rotate over. Arch is gonna be played, a peek left and right. Zybran with the blind shot, no scope. Vayton with a kill on Pelly, and Dream, just as quickly as EHM found a round, are going to find one right back. 2v5 here in the mid. Zybran is able to take another no-scope. That's 2 in this round. Can he make it 3? OJ hiding off outside is going to wait right outside of Librarian.
Oh, no.
Vayton is going to find that one. So that is 11-9 as Dream GG again extend to 2.
That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt the old ego. I'm not. That's painful to watch. Misses half a clip and then gets domed on the first shot. That Orbital, you ever have that done to you? That happens to me all the time. I happen to suck at Counter-Strike. That's why I cast it rather than play it. But, yeah,
I'm with you on that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like Dream are looking to set up a very quick play, and it's going to work as well. Oh my goodness, look at the damage done. Fuse turns one back. It's actually 2-for-2. Turned right back as Heavy gets one of their own, and now it's just Pelly, 1 versus 3, doing economic damage and actually getting another kill. 5-7 in hand. He can only get 1, though. Dream put a 12th on the board, extend their lead to 3, and in this gun round, it may just decide whether EHM are facing map point coming up next, or whether they are going to fight to tie things up. This round is one of the most important ones we've seen so far.
Yeah. I have to agree there. This one is going to more or less play for most of the marbles in the middle. They're going to take their chances again. Molly goes out. Pelly eats a huge chip of damage. I was over there, I believe, in Banana. And again, another Molly goes out, so Pelly immediately has to back up. But big thing to note, still not dead. That's most important. EHM still have all 5 members here in the early stage, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a rush on Lele leading the charge here with that AK. Not much else, though. Peek around the side, can't find the kills. OJ is able to spray it down. 1 so far to EHM.
They've brought it back. EHM looking to solidify their control, and Salazar does just that. The Opper with it in hand. This is going to be a one-way smoke. That's a clean smoke, by the way. I learned that one from Rops. That's going to go down to the hay bales and pop for a one-way so they can push out of it. But it's going to be red. EHM are going to be aware of this, and Fuse repositions in kind. Looks to push behind. Vayton misses the shots, and that cannot happen when you're pushing on towards A. Fuse, I don't think he sees ahead. Jarko just barely non-visible from behind it. I think Bittner's been seen, though. Jarko, all the smoke dissipates, but he doesn't get the kill. Oh, no, leaves Vayton in a 1 versus 5. This round's over. No way he can 1 versus 5 this. He has 100 health. He has a flash. But with only 25 seconds and the information now being there, the rotate has to come through. And look at Salazar just playing it smart, not being overly aggressive whatsoever. And this one's over. OJ shuts it down. EHM doesn't cost them $1 more than utility, and they look good doing it. They finally reach double digits, and they take that gun round with conviction.
My gosh, out of everything that I thought could have occurred, that was not going to be it. I thought they were at least going to lose 2 or 3, right? With how Dream is playing, you would expect at least 1 or 2 deaths, but it just wasn't meant to be. Dream could not find a single kill, are now going to work with scraps here, except for that op and 3 AKs. There's only 4 things that we really got to keep eyes on, and of course, Jarko possibly leading the charge into apps. It's going to be a little bit of a problem. However, for Dream, if they guess correctly, EHM are running a 1-4 with 2 fading over to Archways. If they can choose right, they could actually get a pick onto B, but it doesn't look like it's so. A is going to be the point of contention.
Salazar holding it down yet again in the perfect position. Seems like he is every single dang time. Oh no, the op misses. It is 4 players on this A side though. They have to push through every single one of them. Dream fully buying into this round, so it's going to cost them if they don't get it. Bittner repositions towards Cubby, and this is a dangerous spot. The crossfire being held with OJ, who is playing in perfect tandem with Bittner in this close quarter. There are all 5 players now pushing over towards this side, and look at the damage done because of it. Bittner does even more. This round seems already over, but as I say that, what? 3 kills all for Dream, every single one picking up 1. But Salazar shuts it down just as quickly, and Lele pushing around towards CT. Can he get a kill here? Pelly pushes through, but he wins the fight! What? Zibron's in a 1 versus 2. How does Pelly win that? There's 25 seconds. Zibron has the bomb, but has to push towards B. This has to be read quickly, or it may just be a post plant. It will be a post plant. Pelly not pushing over quickly enough. Zibron will get the bomb down, but with 10 seconds left, this has to be read, and it will. EHM are going to push over, but it's going to be a delayed retake, and a labored one at that, with only a Molotov and a flashbang for utility.
I hate that the round went as it did. Too many swings left and right, and it's not done yet. Zibron in a 1v2 now, into a 1v1. Has to guess correctly. It does! Zibron with the save. Back and forth that round goes. Where does it end? Nobody knows. 4 times did teams swap member advantages, and at the end of the day, it is Zibron. Soren with a phenomenal operation with the op, I'm very, very sorry, was a solid performance. Dream take it 13-10 and are going to try and push for 1 more. EHM going to take the rush though. Zibron with another spray on Lele with the kill on Pelly, and it looks like EHM are distraught after that loss. Salazar though is able to fire right back. Zibron is going to go down, and up into abs. Jarko is going to find a flash out fuse. That's going to put it into a 2-on-4, but Salazar's still not done. B is held. Bittner finds Jarko, and it's down to a 2v2. Who wins this gunfight on A? It's going to come very, very close. Vayton taking a couple shots left and right. Can't find the spray on the outside, and both the CTs are going to meet up. Who is going to peek in mid? Oh, spots him. Vayton is tagged down. Sprays 1. Sprays 2. Vayton doesn't even give me time to rest in this cast. That was a 2-piece picked up.
Oh my good, no way he gets that. No shot. Dream pick up a 14th in 2 rounds they shouldn't have. Dream, for some unknown reason, take 2 different 1v1s in a 4 versus 2. Just take all 4 players and rush a site. You either have a 4 versus 2 or a 4 versus none. Maybe a 4 versus 1 if you guess kinda correctly. But Dream should not have won that. I'm sorry. I don't like the fact that they won that round. EHM, they were in a difficult position, played it as best they could. Vayton will win that fight. It's a little labored, but he does so nonetheless. Dream, oh yeah, oh my goodness. EHM has Fuse! He gets 3 from behind. It's another round where Dream don't check their corners, and Lele will bring it back, but it's Fuse has to ace. 1 versus 2. Jarko has to grab the bomb though, and oh no, Fuse chooses incorrectly. If Fuse went down mid, he basically wins this round. He finds Jarko at 14 health and wins it just outright. Galil in hand, smoked off from a distance, so it will be a little difficult to push through. No kit and no head armor, so either way, it's going to be difficult. He has to push through with no utility just the same, and looks to do just that. Deagle brought out one of these players is one shot. It's Jarko. sitting towards the dark position, and Lele in towards new boxes. Fuse checks sandbags, does so smartly, but nobody there nonetheless. Continues the push. It's a crossfire being held in the back of the site, one of the most difficult ones to route, but he has to bring out the Galil if he wants to do it. Is he going to choose right? No, not in the slightest. Jarko shuts him down. Dream GG onto map point on, most importantly, EHM's map pick.
My gosh, that was... These teams, in the last, I want to say 6 rounds, had given us some of the most exciting back and forth play I've seen in Counter-Strike in a while. It's been phenomenal. The dances feels more like a Pugs, right? Just with the kills back and forth. And hopefully we get to see a little bit of resurgence. That's going to be a blind shot. Salazar able to find it and sprinting in front of each other. They're going to try and dance it out. Moving over Arsh. That's going to be a shot, though. Fuse is able to find Baton. Now they're going to chance out from the smoke up through apartments. Jarko finds Salazar. Now Long. They are going to spray down, and Dream go ahead and pop 3 into the ground. It is going to be up to Pelly and OJ. Not impossible, but definitely difficult. Pelly and OJ going to take their time splitting up. It's going to be Jarko on Leyland Heavy God to finish things out.
EHM need a 2 versus 3 retake, and they've been good with retakes, but it's been difficult for them. 2 rounds in the second half of play. OJ looking to push through. Pelly setting it up. Nice splash over that will allow the push from OJ, who gets shot out of midair, but wins first fight. Looks for more. Sees the player in Ninja. Has to find the middle box player, though. Won't do it. EHM drop map 1. Dream GG pick it up. And they look good doing it. 2 rounds dropped in the second half of play. And I gotta say, that is not good for EHM heading into the map pick of Dream.
Yeah, it was... The first half looked okay, right? EHM came out with 5 rounds in a row. Yes, Dream were able to claw it back, but it looked decent, right? It looked competitive. That's standard in CSGO action to have a run of rounds every so often. But the latter half, I have to agree with you, Light. It looked rough. It looked like EHM lost a little bit of wind out of their sails after some phenomenal individual play. We have to give it up for Dream. They showed us some of the most amazing individual plays I've seen in a very long time. So we'll go ahead, send it to Hyperflop at the desk to give us a little bit of a breakdown and get ready for the second map of the series.
Wow, what a first match we just had here. Dream coming out, taking out Hardy on their own map pick into their favor. Now it's 1-0 lead here. Dream coming out looking clean. Sipron looking better than ever. Just, he wants to win today. And then even though they have a stand-in, everybody else on the team was actually having a positive score. Jarko is lagging a little bit, but he does his job on the team, doing what he needs to do as a stand-in, and he's looking good too. I don't have any worries about him for today, as he performs. He does make these impact frag he needs to do and all that sort of jazz. He does what he's supposed to do for today. And then on the other hand, I want to say Hardy is putting up a fight. They're looking great in the first half here on Mirage, or Inferno, sorry, not Mirage. We're going on to Mirage right after, which is Dream's map pick here, as Dream just took away Hardy's map pick. And that's gotta hurt on the mentality of Hardy here, because like, as they said themselves, Dream is not an issue for us. We don't see them as a competitor, and Dream is here to prove them wrong. They're coming in here saying, we are a competitor to you guys. And then, it's all up to Hardy here. Can they bring it back here on the second map? Or are we going to see a 2-0 win here? We do not know. But it's definitely in the favor of Dream, as it is their map pick here we're going on to. But yet again, it is Mirage. Everybody knows how to play Mirage. So, it can definitely go into Hardy's favor too. Because, let's say, we're playing a best of 3 here. Everybody is maybe not fully warmed up yet, as Dream definitely showing they have used the time to warm up, and I feel like Hardy showed up too, but it's not in a super fashion way. They locked everything down, every util every single utility you have at hand didn't go totally in their favor. It wasn't really like locking down Banana or locking down Apartments or anything like that, as the plays just came through and just went into the favor of Dream compared to Hardy, and that's unfortunate. But it is Mirage going on here next, as the players are slowly getting into the server. I don't want to rush these guys, they need to be ready and all this sort of jazz. But we need to think about one thing here. It is Mirage, everything can go south, it can go north. You never really know, and that's why it's so interesting here, because it's a map that's been in the map pool for so long. So we don't really know how this is going to go. But last time we saw Dream play on this map, they're looking so much more promising. So honestly, it could very much be in the favor of Dream here compared to Hardy, as if they continue the way they just played the first map here, it's not looking too great, but we never really know. But I feel like we're going to cut to a short ad break and then be right back with you guys.
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you. Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything. Prime for glory.
Back into the studio, boys, as the graphics are just all over the place, but we are here, we are ready, slowly getting into the map here as the players semi getting there. They're still warming up a little bit here, as I can see in the background, but I need to go into the details here. I need to put down some numbers here, because like Dream is looking consistent. They have been doing since they played Deja Vu last, just keeping on this momentum, playing even field here. There's not that one player that takes off and go away from everybody else. They're looking fairly even in kills. Where on Hardy, I feel like there's more the 2 or 3 guys that goes in there and they frag out and doing the job, and then 2 of them are just lagging behind and not feeling themselves, or I don't know really what's wrong, right? It could be anything. It could be nerves, because it is a final. It can be very tough playing a final. You don't know where you're at today, like you can just be off, you can have an off day, and everybody has off days, everybody's feeling themselves, or you're not. It is what it is. It can go both ways here, but I'm looking forward to this. Honestly, I want to see Hard to take on this map here. I want to see them take this away from Dream, so we can get onto a third map and see just how dominant, or which team is the most consistent of these 2 teams here, because I want to see if Harder can end up doing so Dream doesn't look like a competitor, or Dream is going to be fully consistent all the way through, like they've been looking all the way till now, and then just say to Harder, just like, yes, we are a competitor, and we're looking good at it too. That is what I want to see. But again, if Harder shows up now, it's going to be a very fun series. It's going to be more interesting. I feel like more of these plays are going to come in. Salazar looking great as usual. He knows how to play these maps, and I feel like Hardy has a big chance here going on to the second map. I feel like they have a bigger chance than Inferno, honestly, even though it's not their map pick, because like I feel like every single team has practiced Mirage way more than they probably have done Inferno or Vertigo compared to, okay, honestly, I need to say, like, Vertigo probably not, because like Dream is having that as a preferred map. They usually pick that for themselves, so I feel like this pick and ban phase has actually gone in the favor of Dream compared to Harder. But who knows how this is gonna end. It's gonna be fairly interesting, but I am slowly gonna just end my saying off here as the casters are slowly getting ready too. They're warming up the voices. They're looking forward to the second map here, but I'm looking forward to see how this is gonna turn out. I'm not really sure it can go both ways here, but I feel like it's mostly in the favor of Dream. So maybe it's going to be a 2-0 lead here, or we're going to end up in a decided map. But it's all up to our casters is how this one is going to turn out.
Thank you so much, Hyperflop. Once again, we are back. It is Orbital and Time Delight, ready to go for map number 2 on Mirage, as we saw game number 1 over there on Inferno go the way of LeaguesGG after a back and forth first half. It came down to Dream running it over in the second, showing a great second half.
Yeah, the score was flipped. LeaguesGG won that, by the way. It was Dream with 16, EHM with 10, and that was on EHM's map pick. That's the most important part. Hyperflop said it perfectly. This map veto has really gone the way of LeaguesGG, who always look good on Mirage. Every single game, whether it's inside of LeaguesGG or outside, they look strong. EHM, not their best map. They remind me of the old Astralis on Mirage, where they can play it if very, very, very needed. But this is now needed, and this is not their strongest map. Dream have picked it. EHM, not their favorite. I don't like making predictions, but I think Dream take this, and I don't think this map's going to be close.
All right, well, that is something that we do have to watch for. I mean, there were some stellar individual plays from both sides. We saw the man on your screen that showed up earlier a little bit, Salazar, right, coming off with some phenomenal plays, and one of the members that Hyperflop would like to watch, and I think that is correct. 41% headshot rating, which is a phenomenal average to put up here. As we do get underway, though, EHM will be starting on that CT side. Dream on the flip will be on the T's, of course. We'll have to wait and see what really comes out. Oh, yes, they did. That is my bad.
Yeah, the sides are swapped as it stands. Dream, I think they're swapped. Am I right? No, I'm just stupid. Don't mind me. No, Dream are starting the T side.
Man, I trusted you, Light. I trusted you.
Yeah, I trusted myself. I was wrong. We'll move past it. Dream. Well, we've gotten our mistakes out of the way early. That is the good start that we're looking for. Salazar looking to establish control over towards that little catwalk position. Look at the damage done on Devate. Nice nade comes through, but A has already given up. This will be a post plant. It's going to be a difficult one. There is a kit. There are 3 sets of armor, and there is a decent bit of utility, but I don't think this is enough to justify a push through. They will push through with the flashes, but they're shut down as they stand. The 3 for 1, a 5 for 2 in the end. Dream looks so good, picking up right where they left off. They looked good on Inferno on the T side. They're already looking good on Mirage on the T side. A pistol round win with the bomb down. They're going to be able to buy into this. A MAC-10, 2 Galils, and 2 AKs versus Deagles and a Scout. This is not good for EHM.
And I understand that the Deag and Scout buy on CT is fairly standard. I've always had qualms about it, right? I've always had personal complaints about it because it shows a bit too much confidence, right? It's not so much a very nice respect given over to the opponent. It's saying, hey, we can win with the lower gun buy, and it's just not worth it, I think, sometimes. I think it's, you shave off a round given. However, OJ trying to prove me wrong by taking a huge deke onto Jarko, but Zibron and Vaten are able to fire right back, and Dream already taken 3 off the table. We are going to wait and see as B is now going to be the trade up, but Salazar with the 1 dig is going to take 1. Can he get another? No, down to 2 HP. Not exactly the HP that you want to be at.
All flank.
Flank going down from Al on Lele. Ooh, there's going to be the finals as Pelly is the last one standing.
There's a flank being set up, though. This is going to be perfectly timed. This round's over. Look at Zibron. Look at that. That is the kill from behind. And there you go. There's a Galil as well. He does not pick up the AK that was dropped, but it's a costly round. And I think that's the most important part. EHM, if they don't buy there, they know that this round they're not able to buy. That's the important part. So instead, they decide to buy a little bit and be able to try and take some weapons away, maybe make it a little costly for Dream, and not allow them to build up some early econ. And, well, now they're going to be able to. Actually, as I say that, hold up. Zibron dies. There's the 2 for 1, looking for a third. Vaten with a triple, but that is all he gets. OJ will get a Galil and maybe try and run away. I don't know what you do here if you're OJ, because there's still that bomb planted, and, well, now him dead. It will be the Galil picked up if Enlele can get there in time. He can indeed, Dream GG pick up a third round in a row. My apologies, but EHM, like I said, they're now going to buy as they didn't spend a single dollar in that round.
Yeah, should be able to purchase up. Easy does it, and Dream, of course, sitting with 3. Gonna look to kind of pull off a mirror of what EHM did in game number 1. Run up a score of 5 or more. Feel pretty good about it. EHM, with a decent default start, fading a little bit towards A, is going to leave their B side a little bit more open, with 4 potentially pushing for Dream up apartments. But again, those early peaks into mid didn't really find anything except some mollies and smokes, so no one is the wiser, and it's still a guessing game.
I'd like to see Dream play aggressive here, and that's exactly what they're going to have to do. Push through mid, uses it, he doesn't get a kill. Oh, Heavy God takes out Salazar as well. It's a 2-for-1 overall, as Heavy God is dropped in the end, but OJ locking down Cat, finds one. Can he find a second? He looks for it, gets the damage. I don't think they're aware of his position. OJ can't get the second kill, and that's A given over. Jarko getting aggressive towards Vents, but if he gets too aggressive, it's going to cost him his life. Jarko actually gets a kill? What? He doesn't die there? I'm sorry, that can't happen. There's no way he wins that fight. Bittner has to drop away. Dream will put a 4th on the board, and it's going to cost EHM every single dollar they had. Bittner only with the op, but he's making noise. He has to push through it. He has to save this. Jarko's going to whip out the AK. Bittner, can he win the fight? No. And that may just be the op given over. No, it will not, because Zibron already has the op in hand, but Dream make it so costly for EHM, who aren't entirely broke. They could buy if they wanted to, but I see no reason as to why they would. It's most likely just going to be a half force, half buy something down about $2,000. And by next round, Dream with a 4th on the board.
Yeah, it's just the Deegs again. You know, it's a standard purchase here. When you're in the early stages, no reason to, freak out just yet. They're going to try some cheeky stuff on Lele and Jarko. Say no thank you. Oh, this is very, very painful. Heavy God also takes Fuse out. Salazar is the last one alive and goes, well, that's, yeah, my team's gone. That was unfortunate. Again, with all 5 members alive, Dream feel pretty dang good about that. A peek out as the weapon can't be swapped fast enough, so they do lose Heavy God. That was one of the full HP members. Zibron able to get a little bit of revenge, but that's still 5 going over to Dream GG's way.
Heavy God, for some reason, just bought himself. I just want to point that out really quick. Every single player on his team has above $5,000. Every single one. And yet he buys himself. That's a little interesting. But, nonetheless, it will still be a Dream round, and they're going to have another full buy. But, at the same time, EHM will just the same. OJ, trying to take that mid control again, but I think OJ has done this a few too many times for it to work again. Salazar, however, hasn't done this just yet. The op holding down the under position and looking for some ground to take. I don't think he's found it just yet. No, he will not find the duel. Smoke will dissipate, and he will find that early frag. Jarko down. Heavy God almost going to peek and does it the perfect time. You hate to see it. Salazar's dropped based off timing. That's got to hurt. It is 2 for 2 in the end, and Fuse takes out Heavy in the middle, but it's still 2 players alive, and the B site is given over if they want to take it and if they can push quickly enough. Nobody's there. I think Dream will get a plant if they push quickly, but I think they're taking too much time. It may just be Fuse rotating over, but Orbital, they have to play it quickly, and Fuse just misses the timing. They have to push.
Yeah. They have to push in, and they're going to try their best here. Again, a little peek on the side. Doesn't give too much info as Fuse is able to swing in the middle, and Bittner is able to finish it off as well. Phenomenal split of the last 2 members, and this peek here in mid was what really set it off, I feel, for the side of EHM.
And look at this. Ring around the Rosie in the middle, plays around the bomb site to perfection, gets one towards bench, Bittner towards the market, removes the op away. EHM put another round on the board, and I just want to point this out. We are seeing a mirrored setup to what we saw back in map 1. Mirrored as to the fact that it's reversed. Quite literally, his Dream put 5 on the board. This time around, EHM bring 1 back. Vice versa, it was last time, as EHM were the team to put the numbers up early, if I remember correctly. Am I wrong on that one? I feel like
you know what? I'm just going to second guess you
checking.
Because of our history of guessing.
That's probably a good idea. I'm gonna check really quick to make sure I'm not a moron. It's entirely possible I am. Let me check that really quick. Yes, I was
During that
correct.
time.
Let's go. The T side.
Ooh, okay,
T side
okay.
scored well early. This is a rare sight. I am correct, and Salazar gets an opening frag, one that EHM has failed to do early on in this one. Again, I'm getting deja vu, and ironically, deja vu is already out of this tournament.
Yeah. That is the most unfortunate part, but Dream are taking their dream forward and their hopes as well. The way I always see it, the person that knocks you out better uphold that dream and not get knocked out by the next opponent. So Dream are trying to do just that, are going to go ahead and lock away a few as the nades go flying into B. Of course, with a relative swap over, a little bit of a swap between Fuse and Salazar, they are going to rotate 2 over to A, and again, Fuse is going to fall back a little bit. This is going to be a 3-on-3 attempt as Connector is smoked out. That will be Heavy God and Vayton trying to check their sides. And the Palace peek. Oh, Vayton and Pelly just a few moments apart, but a peek on the side is going to find the gun as Jarko is going to look, gets a spray, misses as Fuse takes him out. Vayton is able to find Pelly though, and Fuse is able to find Vayton, so that's going to be 2 for Fuse's side. Can you get a bit more? Heavy God and Zibran. About 90 HP between them, and Fuse is able to finish this out. Zibran takes 1 down into a 3v1, and with the op in hand, you really want to save it. Zibran gonna go and find a safe corner to hide.
He may actually be going B. He has the time to do it. There are 3 players in CT. I think he's going B. He's not going to save this. He's going for it, and he has a shot to do it. If he gets this bomb down and can play aggressive towards market, he has the round in his hand. It's just a matter of hitting his shots and gaining control. 8 seconds. 7. He will get the bomb down. And as time ticks away, it will be the retake on to B. But where will Zibran play? There is utility and enough to take him out, as that nade is very viable. But does he get aggressive? As I said it, he does just that. He misses the first shot, but he actually doesn't take the first shot. He hits it and looks for more as well. Looks towards the market window, but has to transition towards the door. Will he hit it? He will not. He has to back out. He has to find a safe corner. He won't find it, and he will die. Bittner shuts him down. EHM put another on the board. But again, Dream make it costly, and EHM by no means will be rich going into this. They will have the double up, but it's going to take some time to set it up, and Dream have shut down the double up before. I see no reason as to why they can't do it again.
Should feel comfortable here. The problem, of course, Heavy God working with pretty low econ. Rest of the squad feeling okay. They're going to purchase that. I think that was an SMG picked up on Heavy God's side. Nope, just utility into D. So, like you said, a little bit of a weighted purchase here. EHM working with everything in the bank, though. So you were talking about the double ops setup. It looks like EHM are going to feel pretty good about that set, but a triple molly to start means that A might be the contestation. Fourth and a couple mollies to go out too. So entirety of A side is going to be aggressive on. That means EHM are going to try and clear out the sides. Pelly going to be able to hold down 1. Can you get more? Yes, you can. Fuse and Pelly take out 3 and only lose 1. Zibran is now going to find Pelly, so the 2 defenders are down. But the reinforcements are going to try and make their way forward. Vayton and Zibran, once again, the last 2 alive here, are not going to enjoy the chances. 3 members of EHM and 3 different holds. However, Salazar is actually going to go peek on the long side. And they're actually going to give up their positioning. Dream not spotted out on a rotate towards Stairs and Sandwich.
I think Salazar thinks it may be a B rotate. They've done it now twice in a row on the Dream's side. I don't think they can pull it off yet again. OJ getting aggressive, looking for more. He does find the Sandwich player, and that's information. That is more than enough information. The bait will not work. They will have to plant. But look at the angle being held from Salazar. OJ holding it down as well.
Oh, what?
Bittner is the only one in CT that would give up the plant and give up the information. Salazar has to be cleared, but it's going to be so difficult to remove the op here. They won't. There goes the first fight. Salazar does drop 1. Information not on the side of Dream, and you can see exactly how much it costs them. EHM pick up our 8th round, put a 3rd on the board. And it was utility and a mixture of skill to help him with it. There was that early 3 frags, but it was turned right back. I don't know how the heck the op shot does not come through there, but it is EHM to win it nonetheless. And this time around, it's going to be an eco, a half eco, if you will. You can see a couple deagles, P250, and utility. But it has to be a B rush here. That's the best case scenario for Dream GG, as they have to break out onto this B side.
No reason not to, right? They are going to chase. Again, a molly going to section off 4, but I mean, you took enough time. Zibron is going to fall down. OJ spots him through the wall. Follow through the rest of 4 in the flank on the back end. Nade straight in the middle of all of them. And the molly to take down Jarko and Vayton. So, this should be pretty easy cleanup. EHM feeling okay. Vayton is able to take 1. But on Lele is able to find 2. So, it's a 3-on-2 with the op in hand. There's a possibility, and the dance on Lele was dancing it pretty well. Not much more can be said, though. As for some reason, Vayton has somehow come out on the other side and able to take 2. Okay, this is getting a little bit too expensive right now. EHM don't want to let one more fall.
Oh.
That should be the peak end spot. They're going to swing wide, and again, 49 seconds. That is going to be Salazar taking out Vayton's life. That is one more member than probably should have died there as EHM take a 4th.
When you're shoulder peeking that, you have to do it with a knife out. You're not quick enough unless you are very, very quick with that op in hand, and it's going to cost you your life. By the way, Zibron, I feel like, has the greatest picture. It is wide Peepo Zibron. That is the greatest picture I've ever seen. I love it. That is amazing. Dream, however, are threatening to give up what they gained in the previous, and Jarko playing the close cubby. Vayton gets the opener. How do you win that fight? You anticipate the aggression, and it gives you a free opener. Dream look amazing. EHM, they don't get that opener, and that's been the catalyst to their round wins just about every single time. It's been an opener. This time around, they don't get it. Fuse will have information on Zibron, who peaks at the worst time. Fuse just dropped away, and that will be information not there for Dream, who may just think this A side is clear. It is Ring Around the Rosie, another game of it here in map 2. Heavy does get another opener, though, who somehow, what is going... EHM, you're supposed to shoot them, not outline them. This is not art class. Oh my gosh, no.
I love that analogy because
no.
it's so true. EHM had a majority of Dream in their crosshairs and can't hit the shots. EHM were looking like on a solid spree and yet could not finish that last round off. Dream are able to carry over so much utility, so many weapons into this next round, and should feel very confident. Again, the default split from EHM might be a bit shaky as they completely devoid mid. And are instead going to look at Cat and A. Giving up mid positioning is one of the scarier things to do, but seems to work as OJ once again able to find the first pick, and like you said, that is EHM's bread and butter.
The catalyst to their round wins, and they get an opening, but they only have 1 rifle. It's 4 deagles, and they have by no means been bad with the deagles, but it's dangerous. You can see, Jarko reads it perfectly. Well done to take out Pelly. Heavy got to remove OJ as well. There goes that rifle I was talking about. It's 3 deagles up against 4 AKs in hand. Bittner seems to be aware of the push coming out. The Israeli is found out, but will he die? Not just yet. Fuse, however, is dead as he stands. This round is over. It's just a matter of how much it costs Dream. The answer, only an op. It will not be picked up. That's the most important part. So the op will have to be reinvested into, but Dream put a 7th on the board. EHM are broke. This time around, they cannot buy, and Dream, they are looking like they're living the dream.
Yeah, they're feeling great right now. They are finding their stride back with 2. If they can get more, if they can push double digits, that's great. Jarko, Zibron. Zibron, you better make up for it, buddy. Yeah, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do.
That's a 3K. I just want to point that out. He got 3 kills. One was on his teammate, but he got 3 kills.
Net 2, everyone.
If I've ever seen one. That is a multi-frag in HLTV if I've ever seen one.
I was watching the camera and just watched his body ragdoll in front of me. That was great. Zibron, of course, really having to making sure that he makes up for that team kill. Takes out the opening frag. Cannot follow up to help on Lele as Pelly is able to find Zibron. That's going to be a follow through. Jarko even sees up in a 3v3 in mid is the only position that they currently hold with I believe Heavy God actually rotating back for the bomb. It's going to be down to Vayton and Jarko to try and clear out these last 3.
Jarko sitting in the smoke, though. It'll help him. Will he get the fight? Yes, he will. Salazar couldn't see him. The smoke is beneficial if you're sitting in it. It'll dissipate for you before it does for anybody else. Go watch the Nade King video in that one, by the way. Free advertising for you, Nade King. That's an amazing video. Really helps you with Counter-Strike. But Pelly rotates away from A, and at the worst time, by the way, A is now given over. The bomb will be able to go down as soon as they clear all their angles, cross their T's, dot their I's. EHM are going to have to retake here. The question is, where does Dream plant? If they try and plant for Catwalk, it's going to cost them, but it seems like they've gained CT control, so they're going to do just that. Plant for CT. Heavy Gun will put that bomb on the ground and start the timer down. That timer indicates to EHM it's time to push.
Yeah. There are two options here. Either one is save and try and play the next round with your rifles, or push, clear it all out, give you your best chance in the in 2 rounds after, I think. That's really your only option here. Again, they are going to take the push, and they got to swing underneath is going to mean that both are taken out. Dream go ahead and follow up with a 9th, looking for 2 more. Phenomenal closure coming out of this squad as the HM are now hemorrhaging rounds here in the first half.
I was talking about it not being close. I gotta say, for the first time in like 2.5 months, I think I'm right. This doesn't usually happen. I think I'm going to take it where I can get it. Fuse is going to get aggressive and won't find anything. We'll find an up, but won't find the kill onto it. Pelly, however, drops the AK of Enlele. So, they're trying to prove me wrong. As soon as I talk about it, I'm going to Caster's Curse my Caster's Curse. As easy as that sounds. What? Hello? Jarko. Oh,
all right, Jarko still wins.
That was bad. That was... Oh my... These guys are raising my heart rate. I'm too young to have heart attacks, all right?
The first game had some phenomenal heart attack moments in the last few rounds, and now we're just getting in the mid game. Just, you know what? Let's just send him into a heart attack here very, very early on, and get that out of the way. To slow things down, though, a minute left. LeaguesGG are going ahead and hanging on to these weapons. Don't want to move too quickly. It looks like EHM are going to fade over towards that B. If Dream can get a little bit of a read here in mid about that, that could be an option. However, a little bit lower, as it seems Zibron is still yet to make a move. Now they're also going to sprint over towards Apps. We're going to take their moments. With 35 seconds left, this could be a dicey entry into B site.
Oh no. Oh, no. Timing. EHM. This has been the story of today. There's no shot. They all rotate to A as soon as the push comes through on B. That's the story of today. I am so sorry. They will push back, but it's too late. The site's already gone, and look at the damage being done. Heavy with 2. Jarko with one of his own. It's the AK. It has to be saved over. If EHM want to have any shot at bringing through the 10-5, this AK has to be kept in hand. There's no way EHM walk away as soon as they're gearing up a push. I refuse to believe it. We're living in a simulation, and one that whoever is running it is messing with EHM.
You say simulation, you say bad timing. I want to wonder if Dream actually read that because there wasn't even a check onto A, right? For reference, Zibron sat in the back as Salazar goes ahead, takes out Heavy God. Zibron sat in T-spawn for a majority of that round for about a minute and 20 seconds, right? That was how long he sat back there and waited, did not even take a chance over towards A, even with an op in hand, right? Even with an op in hand, which is the big weapon that you want to use. Instead, they wait a minute and 20 seconds and then do a rush over to B. Half of my mind wants to say that, hey, Dream had a little inkling that this is one of EHM's plays here on Mirage, read it like a book, and got a win off of it. If it is, and my prediction is correct, and if so, I pray they tweet out to me and say, yeah, you're right, or yeah, you're wrong, whatever, but it worked for that time being. Now it is 10-4. OJ, though, ready to kick it to a 10-5. On Lele, ready to pull back and say no. Pelly says yes, stop trying to stop us here. Jarko says nah, not just yet. Is going to make it a 3v3.
Salazar still has that op. Jarko still has a control. That is what is confusing the hell out of me right now. How on earth does Dream still have A, and why aren't they going to B? They could just push it if they wanted to. Jarko, if you peek over this, you get a free kill. Oh no, he picks the wrong player. He picks the one moving instead of the one sitting right in front of his eyes in his crosshair, and they're still pushing to A. What are you doing, Dream? This is going to cost you the round. Oh my gosh, no. Vayton isn't a 1 versus 3. OJ with the M4. Salazar and AWP. OJ swings and wins the fight. EHM put a 5th on the board. Dream, I hate to say it, you threw that round. You knew there were at least 2 players sitting in CT, and you had time. You had all the time in the world, yet you still give over the fight, the round, and with that, 11-4. But, Orbital, I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's the 9-3 curse in Valorant, and in CSGO, its mirror is the 11-4 curse. So I think, in all fairness, Dream is just trying to give out the 11-4 curse and make sure it does not happen.
I was about to say, if you weren't going to bring it up, I was. That is one of the favorites that we love to lean on here in our casting community, or broadcast community. I always feel like it's always a funny little point to bring out. But Zibron says, hey, yo, I had a little bit of fun. Shoots his teammate in the back of the head again, but takes a 3K. And again, goes, yeah, you didn't feel that. Don't worry about it. Pelly and Fuse are both spread out from each other, but Pelly is able to hold their own. Swing wide, Vayton hits actually as Fuse misses. It's all 1 into B apartments. Swing and peek. Vayton takes it home. That will go ahead and be a solid full house of kills.
Look at that. Zibron 1. There is 2. There is a 3rd headshot. And there is a 4th and the finish on it. There were 4 headshots on 3 kills. Another one of Zibron hitting the head of his teammates a little more accurately than of his opponents. Nonetheless, it worked to his benefit. And there are 5 very angry terrorists sitting in Palace, all wielding Glocks and all about to walk into this MP9. Jarko peeking. There's 1, 2, 3. Does not get the 3rd, actually, as Salazar wins that fight. But yeah, the bomb is going to go down. That's about all they're going to get out of it. That nade's going to hurt, and it will land.
Ooh,
Salazar's drop.
hey,
nice Kobe over the top. But Pelly isn't a 1 versus 4, and only has a Glock. That's all he's going to get. And Lele with a kill of his own, and it's 2 for Jarko, 2 for Zibron, 1 for Lele, and another 1 on the board for Dream, extending their lead to 7 and up 12-5. Hello.
Oh, that bounce is so clean. I love watching that over and over again. Just doink, dead. It's one of the worst feelings in the world, and of course,
yes.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the slow-mo. Let's go. Perfect. Thank you, observers. Thank you. Or replay op, whoever that was phenomenal. As we do get underway for our 18th round here in this map. Close to series as OJ is able to sprint down mid, and for the first time, mid is challenged by EHM. Follow through with 1. Back-to-back are going to be 2 members. Vayton is able to find 2 with a spinning headshot. All right, OJ going to call it a little bit rough there. Salazar, though, takes a heavy god. Still a 3-on-3 with a little bit of a split. That is going to be Vayton found. No, that's going to be a Jarko found underneath. Unfortunate find there as Dream are going to go ahead and start to follow through. A little bit of a rough time as EHM wants to preserve this 3-2 advantage.
I don't think they're going to, though. Look at the aggression coming through from Vayton in mid. I think he's going to walk straight up towards Salazar and drop him. Where he stands. Watch this. Down he goes. Look at that. Nice shot. Crisp and clean. Vayton drops him. And it's now the 2 versus 2. The man advantage has been voided, but as has this A site. There's the trade, but not of kills, of a little bit of cost benefit, I suppose. Vayton looking to push through as my economics teacher comes through in my Counter-Strike cast. Yes, you heard me correctly. I don't know why I'm saying.
Well, you know what else came out of there. It's going to be Vayton's death as Pelly finds a headshot. Zibron now is just going to fade away with the AK. Feel okay with that one. He's going to gamble, though. He's going to swing up. It's going to be Palace and CT are going to be the 2. Double Molly goes out.
Damage.
1 on... Yeah, that's going to be a rough one here. We're taking a little bit of a peek again with that defuse kit in hand. It's going to swing, but guess who's hiding? Bittner says, hello. Pelly says, I got it.
Just took 70 damage. He sits in the Molotov. What? Oh my gosh, that was bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. That you can't just sit in a Molotov and expect to live. That was bad. OJ's gonna push, and EHM have now broken the economy of Dream, but Jarko doesn't give a crap. 17th kill put on the board, along with a deagle kill at that, and Lele pushes into this catwalk smoke, and if he gets flashed through it, could just push off of it. Vayton with another deagle, another on the board!
Oh my gosh!
EHM, what is going on? Hey, Lele's gonna push through the smoke, and he's gonna drop.
Oh!
This may just be a flawless round, and it's a half eco. There's no, somebody's messing with EHM. The simulation is going up against them. They're playing up against the most difficult of AI. This is the most difficult game we've seen from them so far this season. There's no way they lose this round. If Salazar 1v5s this, I'm walking away. I'm sorry. I'm just going to do it.
Well, you know what? We're almost into the third half. Third half. You know what? You're throwing out math equations. I just failed at math. That's all I did. But
Let's go.
we're getting into the latter stage of the game where we've seen crazier happen. We've seen swings of 2v4s go into 2v1s and then, 1v1s and all that. But Salazar, of course, creeping around, doesn't realize Zibron is hiding. Yes, he does. That's going to be 2. Come on, can you get one more? Can you make time to rage quit this cast? Salazar, you are the only man that can do it right now.
Oh, but he's making too much noise. Oh no, Heavy God's on his right. He's dead here. I'm sorry. Nah, it's over. I actually would have liked this. Oh, he sees him. Wait a second. Heavy God has been found, but the flash will go out. He's being pushed from now a third angle. As you can see, Catwalk comes through as well.
All right.
Leighton shuts it down and keeps me in my chair. I think if he hits that shot, onto Heavy God, I would have lost my mind. I'm sorry. I would have lost it. He would have had a 1-2. It most likely would have been a clutch with the momentum and the fact that Dream would have been scared crapless. And, well, now it's down to 3 rounds. You can see it's Glocks, a P250, and a Tech 9, along with a good old-fashioned B rush, one where nobody's there. Not a single player's on B. What's going on?
You know what? Dream had their own ideas of how to defend, and one of those is to not defend, right? A good defense is a great offense or something like that, so they're going to try and give an opening. But the collapse comes in. Heavy God is able to find one before falling on. Lele finds one as well, but the trade's coming back in fourth very, very quickly. Zibron is able to find one, and that falls into a 3v2 category as Market is going to break open. Jarko finds Bittner's head, and it's all left down to 1. Fuse is going to take a couple sprays. Fuse finds it. Zibron is down. 1v2 reloads, ready to go for a next. Jarko on the flank, so is Vayton, and Jarko says thank you very much.
That was smart from Jarko. Shows himself and then repositions to a vertical angle. The Z-axis is always one that you love to play in Counter-Strike because on a lot of these maps, you don't expect it. The introduction of a lot of the newer maps is amazing because it makes players expect the newer angles on the vertical axis, but it's still making lives difficult. Salazar setting up a pop flash towards mid, but they have to push this. They have to do it quickly. The answer, they're not going to. The smoke has gone through in towards this window position, and mid's been given over. Dream are honestly okay with it because their retakes have been to perfection. But the push is coming. Oh my goodness, the push is already coming through through apartments. Look at the aggression coming through from Heavy God. He's just chilling there. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's not going to find any action, though, as 4 mid is the call here. Everyone holding a different angle as EHM are praying someone hides a nest. That way, it would be a crossfire of epic proportions. And Lele feels something's a little bit off, as there's going to be a smoke going into connector. 2 moving into Cat now, as it does look like B will once again be tested. Heavy God, I said he wasn't going to find action. He might do it here. OJ is able to find on Lele. That's going to be a spray. Heavy God dekes out Bittner. No one else is going to follow, though, as they are going to swap out AK. Going into their hands, Molly to react.
Oh, but they're shutting down Heavy. If they throw this Molotov, he's almost dead. OJ shuts down Vayton. This is good. Heavy has to reposition, though. Has to just bide his time. Shot. Can he get the second? Looking for it. Salazar shuts him down. This is good. EHM can push through this. But look at Zibron already gaining control. Peek you were right, and you get a kill. Just that. OJ dropped, but it's a trade coming through. Jarko, 1 versus 2, has to find the bench player, but he cannot do so early. That's the cost of that one, and now has to continue to push. Flash does not flash him in the slightest, and he's still waiting towards Cat, but if he waits any longer, he may just bait out the rotation, finds one. 10 HP up against 88. This is possible. Jarko can just put Dream on towards match point and grand finals point. Fuse repositioning again.
No,
the Z-axis
the
coming
bait!
into play. Jarko pushing up. He gets it as well. Dream are on match point.
Oh, he knows it! He knows he baited it! Jarko knows he baited the hell out of that! Are you freaking kidding me, Jarko? Look at this. This is the best replay. This is the most heads-up play in a 1v2. Smoke out. New Fuse was going to be looking at the other angle. Pop the shot. And is able to make it. Are you freaking kidding me, Jarko?
He's nuts. He's nuts. LeaguesGG showing exactly why they deserve to be in this grand finals. And EHM, they've struggled to do so. It has to be a default with little utility. Fuse has nothing. Heli has only a smoke, and Fuse is already down to 55 health. He has no utility. an AK and full armor, but half his HP, and OJ's already dead. This is the opening that DreamGG may just solidify the grand finals on, and Lele another. This seems to be over already. It has to be 5-1 gunfights from 3 different players, and they haven't done so thus far. It's been so challenging for EHM to do anything, but they do bring one back. Bittner looking to get anything, but he can't. He's dead. It's a 2 versus 4 now. Now just down to Salazar. He finds one. Looking for another 1 versus 4. This would be a little bit more reasonable, and he has one less gunfight to win. Finds one, but he cannot find the third. DreamGG win the grand finals. They're heading to the nation finals.
Yeah, that was a game and a half for Dream there. Off the back of Jarko, that was... I feel the game was over after that one. You're just like, nah, you can't even compete. And they finished it off cleanly, right? I think you called it best, Light. You said that map 2, this map, it was DreamGG's choice. It wasn't close. Yes, it was decent. EHM, a team that we did not expect to make it here into the grand finals. Let's be honest here. They ran well in the grand finals against Dream. Dream just had to put them down.
Yeah, they did. And they did just that. DreamGG performed so well. 16-10 in our first map on Inferno. Usually the third map that we see, it's always the great equalizer, but in the end it only comes out first, and DreamGG come out victorious. Second map around was Mirage, and Dream send themselves to the final 5 in a convincing fashion. And I feel like Orbital, that is a good place to end it, at least for us. I was right for the first time this season, and the Danish Prime League comes to a close with DreamGG coming out on top of it. I've been Time to Light. That has been Orbital, but that's it for us. Hyperflop, take it away.
And we're back in the studio. Yes, I can hear myself double, but it is what it is. Dream coming out on top, winning the Danish final, looking great at it too, stomping out Hardy in a fashion no other could have done. Looking so great at it. The boys coming out, looking amazing. Cipron back in here at the end too, barely dying at all, just picking up frags left and right, all in his favor, where Hardy just couldn't pick up anything. They basically had no momentum going into the second map here, which was Dream's pick, and it was just out of the control for them, which is so unfortunate. But I have an interview ready with Heavy God. How are you feeling after this one? You're looking happy.
Yeah, very happy, very, very happy.
Finally, I get to talk to you, so that is great. How do you feel about just going up against Hardy here? Because like they were saying, you guys are not a competitor whatsoever, but you definitely showed up here. How are you feeling about that?
Well, I'm really glad from the team. We played really nice CS. We had a stand-in today, sadly, but actually he played really well, and I want to thank him. Overall, the team is doing really well, and I'm glad. That was like first final with my team, and we won it. I'm really glad. Hope we continue and doing really good results and keeping up the hard work.
Definitely showing up here, but I talked to Hardy last time, and I didn't see you as a competitor at all, where they only saw Opa and Dish of you as a competitor. How do you feel about them saying you're not a competitor and now just going and fracking out?
You know, people can say what they want to say, but we're just practicing and we're trying to show highest level we can. Just to work hard and show the good results.
Very humble response to that one, but looking great at it too. And you being the only one who's not from Denmark on the team, was that a difficulty going onto the team in the beginning, or has it just went on to just being super flawless for you?
Well, it's a project, you know, because it's from Danish core. They went from Danish core to international, so you know they regular to speak Danish, but now we're speaking English. So with the time, it's just going better and better. But I think it's gonna be excellent soon.
Indeed. So especially after this showing, but what can we expect from you guys, like the dream team overall in the future here?
Oh, I don't really know. I think just we can achieve the highest levels. I don't know.
Fair enough. Is there anything you want to say to like the fans out there and everybody who's been supporting you from here on now?
Yeah, I want to thank all my friends that were watching us. I want to thank them. They're giving a really big support to everyone who is supporting Dream. I really love all. Thank you guys. Love you all.
Great one.
Let's
Thank
go
you so
Dream.
much for stopping by, man. I appreciate
Alright.
it, and big congratulations to Dream on taking this dub here in the Danish final, looking goddamn great at it. The boys must be feeling super great after this one, as my boy's been cracking all over, but let's laugh at that and have a great one on that one. But that is all we had for this time around. I've been Hyperflop, and you guys are gonna have a great night. Thank you so much for watching.
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you. Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything. Prime for glory.